Before this video begins, I'd like to give a special thanks to the people on screen for supporting me on Patreon. Hello there, and welcome to some more Sega GT. This is part 35, and in today's part, we're going to be bringing out the R32 Skyline GTR once again for the SA Class official race. I thought I'd just bring out a car that already has a bunch of power to make this a bit easier and stuff, as we tackle the SA Class Cup, which is covered through 6 races, including Night Section A, Deep Rock Road, Night Ground, Snowy Mountain, Solid Circuit, and Night Section B. $20,000 for coming in first place in these races. $20,000, really. $8,000 for pole position, and an $80,000 championship purse. So, if you think about it, there's quite a lot of money to be made. You'll make $120,000 if you win all 6 races, and then that's not even counting the sponsor money too. So what are we faring against? We got another Skyline R34. We got a couple Fairlady Zs. We got a Honda NSX Type of Sarah, and then we got a Mercedes at the end there, a CL600. Interesting. Let's see how we get on with the qualifying. I did try to do this a little bit earlier with the Fairladies that I unlocked before. That car's handling though is pretty weird, and I didn't like it that much. This also admittedly is not the first time I'm trying this with the R32 here. What I have done is I've switched the stabilizer from soft to hard to try and see if that helps any, because this thing had like overly sharp handling, which kind of made it a bit more of a handhold than expected, even for a 4-wheel drive car. So now I've switched it over to a hard stabilizer to see if that helps, and so far it seems like that has at least helped quite a bit from the looks of things. It's more controllable now. So, I mean, to be fair, Night Section 8 was probably... that happened last time, and it's happened again. Jesus Christ. I cannot escape that, apparently. This track was always going to be one of the more difficult ones anyways through the cup, because the rest are kind of easy in comparison. It's fine, just don't make any dumb mistakes. There we go. Now we just have to get to the finish. There we go. Yeah, kind of. I was expecting this track would have been one of the more difficult ones, anyways. But we still got pole position by about almost exactly 2 seconds over the CL600 apparently. And interestingly, the Skyline was the slowest. Must not be a GTR then. Must be one of the what's the version called in the game that's like, is it just called like a GT or something? GT 2.5 or something? I think that's like that one. I think is rear wheel drive too, if I remember correctly. Oh well, I'll take a quick look because I'm genuinely curious, because that was not very quick. Yeah, even though it's nighttime, it does admittedly look like it was the GT one, not the R34, not the GTR. I, of course, am the only GTR here, but I'm just using this because, well, it's a car I've already done up. It's already really well, and I thought it'll probably be useful to use it here, as I could stop this car from bouncing everywhere. That would be nice. There we go. I don't know. This thing is a bit weird. It feels like it's more sharper than I was originally anticipating, and even then, it's still getting surprisingly snappy or loose or stuff. I'm thinking that just might be because it's got 1,000 horsepower on a track where it's so overly bumpy. It's just, I guess it's just what else do you really expect? Keep it in 6 down here. Yeah, it didn't seem to make a dramatic difference because I was still making big botch. Big old botch. Oh my god, keep this thing under control, please. There we go. We knocked a whole second off. Off of a very crappy lap, to be honest. So yeah, it's for me. It's getting pretty close to when the big move is happening, but I am still trucking along, getting this game done, trying to get this game done before the move, because then I can wrap this game up and then start over there with a clean slate. Whether or not uploads get slower as a result for a little while, I have no idea. I'm hoping not, but no way to determine right now. I guess to be fair too, as well, the good thing is that even though I started at a slow pace with this LP, kind of like this situation with Grit. Really? Are you just gonna do that to me, game? Well, there's the NSX in the way, but I just got past it again. That was just a bit annoying. The good thing is, though, it's a 3-lapper, not a 2-lapper, so I still have a chance to, sorry, I'm just readjusting here. I have a chance to, fix this for myself. And plus, I can restart the races. It's not like one of those, games where once you start a championship, if you want to restart, you have to do the cup all over again. Never liked that, games that do that. I like the games that you could restart a particular race within a cup. Alright, there we go. Back into the lead. Now let's just not make a botch out of it. But yeah, like I said, I'll hopefully at least be able to get something out on the occasion. It's like, again, it's just rural area. It's internet options are not what you would want them to be. Maybe that will change one day. I have no idea. But really, really at this point, there really needs to be like a defined thing about what kind of internet everywhere should be in Canada. Like, we really need just a standard that companies need to start following. Because some of those slow speed packages that I'm still seeing these days in 2019, it's like, are you serious? This should not even be a consideration at all. Like, you shouldn't be offering that. Whatever. Anyways, we came in first. We recovered with the 2 Fairlady Zeds close behind. It looks like they're kind of like a pack. Maybe I should have used mine after all. Maybe I just don't crank it all the way up. So we get all of our monies. 3,500 sponsor money. So it's definitely, yeah, like I said, definitely a lot of money to be made at doing this whole event. No, I don't want to quit the race. There we go. Let's enter the qualifying for the second race of Deep Rock Road. Should be probably one of the easiest of the events, probably apart from Night Ground. And having a 4-wheel drive car here helps because it gets off the line well, and because of all the power, it's already making enough to really make this a bit of a breeze. Probably could have turned a little more than that, though, that being said. That last gear is pretty short. I'm wondering if it's because it still has my drag gear set up. I'll have to look after this. I suppose with these tracks, not like it's really going to matter that much, but, you know. So yeah, we easily crushed the fastest lap. So we're well out in front over the NSX this time. The CL getting third, but will they stay in front or will they still get passed by both those Fairlady Zeds? And yeah, it looks like that other Skyline is definitely the bottom feeder. Oh yeah, it looks like I did shorten that last gear, probably for drag purposes. I've already forgotten a lot of this stuff because of when I'm actually recording these and whatnot. You know. Oh, whoops. You didn't see nothing. I was immediately making sure I was recording, I guess, and didn't really think smartly. Okay. Should be pretty simple, I suppose. Really just, a lot of mostly just speed and stuff. Yeah, now the car goes quicker on that final gear. probably would have made this a better gear for the night section A for the really difficult parts, because it would have been a lower RPM. So here we go, 38.3 on the standing start lap, so it'll be interesting to see what kind of time I manage in a flying lap. Although this has already been quite a bit ugly. It's fine, don't worry about it. Don't worry, it's all good. That little bounce off the wall actually was kind of beneficial. There you go, 33.6. Sometimes I wonder who played this game and never set the fastest time with. I do genuinely get curious about that. But I suppose I'll only find out later at some other point. If I ever do find out, that is. If it ever is actually logged anywhere on the internet. Probably not. Anyways, 33.5 though is my best go. But yeah, we definitely a much easier running. It looks like the NSX retained second, but the Fairlady Zs did pass the both of them passed the SL. Or the CL, excuse me. And yep, the Skyline definitely is the bottom feeder for this thing. $1,000 chain bonus. And it's time for the third event, which is another very simple oval race in Night Ground. In fact, it's an even smaller one. So this is pretty much the middle bit of this whole cup is like a lot of some of the smaller stuff. As a result. Yeah, race number but yeah, this track is the halfway point of the cup. Oh dear. Oh dear. You mean this car needs to behave. Alright, we're fine. Sub 30 seconds anyways. This one will be a very, very quick one. And it looks like, again, just over the CL, but one of the Fairladies did a better lap than the NSX. It's kind of weird how their Fairladies are not, like, just getting second and third and qualifying every time, but they're usually passing them during the race. Except for Deep Rock Road, where the NSX retained second, so... But, you know. Alright, let's go. Now all we gotta do is basically keep this car from hitting the wall and just, should be an easy run. Okay. Ease up. Oh god. And run through here. There we go, another sub 30 seconds starting lap. The fastest lap listed here is a 26.9. Oh wow, that was bad. That was pretty bad. Ugh, definitely ugly. Lost a lot of time there. Still managed a 26.1 though, so that's still better than the fastest lap, so already up on that. Oh god, it's happening again. At least it was a little bit better. 25.8 was that lap, and a 121.5 total record. I'm not even going to sit through waiting to see if the Fairladies had passed. I suspect they would have, but we'll find out. Yeah, making a lot of money already. Yep, they passed both of them, it seems. But they passed everyone, seems. Blah, 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 English. So Snowy Mountain's the next track. Oh yeah, it's also another thing I've noticed. None of these tracks are backwards. They're all forwards. It's starting to which is fine. I mean, it doesn't really make that much of a difference to me anyways. It's just something I'm noticing. Alright. Let me get the start. 50.8 is the fastest lap here, which is quite a quick one for even a standing start lap for these kind of cars. But we shall see what kind of time I'm going to achieve here. Oh boy. I'm having a little bit of instances, but nothing too serious. Oh god. Keep it away, keep it away, keep it away. Ooh, okay. Recovered it. And yeah, it looks like I'd say we're gonna beat that fastest lap. By about 2.5 seconds. Just about over. 48.2 is the fastest lap, pole position. At about 3 seconds over the CL600 again. Oh wow! I just noticed even the Skyline this time beat both the Fairlady Zeds. What is going on here? Those Fairlady Zeds, they don't particularly do amazing during the qualifyings, like, but in the actual race they're usually passing everybody except for me, obviously. It's really interesting. Oh, it looks like that 48.2 that I set during the qualifying was the fastest lap in general. So that already means that breaking the fast lap here should really be pretty simple. I gotta be honest, unless I make a massive botch of it during these 3 laps, in which case I'll be just really disappointed at myself. Oh, Jesus Christ. Speaking of massive botches. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Just shrug it off. Nothing ever happened. Alright, there we go. I don't know. That's the thing I'm noticing a lot when I'm doing these videos. It's like sometimes, like, I usually always have a lot of difficulty talking about things or talking about myself. Like, I'm very good at talking about myself to myself, but when I put more in a public scenario, unless I can really get the thoughts coming out and everything, it's usually a lot more difficult. It's usually like a lot more difficult for me, and it's like a really strange sort of thing. I'm not exactly sure how to describe it, really. But, what can you do, I guess. 43.5, by the way. There we go. Oh. And we're just grinding a little bit on the wall there. Nothing too much, just probably a slight loss of speed, as in very slight. I swear, that bump, the bump thing area, when you're coming just out of the tunnel there, near the top there, it really just takes over all the control of the car. Oh dear, we're going. Oh my god, we're going. Holy crap. I really screwed the pooch on that one, but we still easily won anyway, so it's nothing to worry about too much. And my knee's hurting again. My left knees seems to be something seems to hurt a lot these days. Not a fun feeling. There we go. 2.75 billion. By the time I'm done this game, I'll probably have cracked 3 million, I'm sure. Especially considering I'm gonna have to go through this cup a second time to get the other prize car, as you would have probably guessed. Anyway, Solid Circuit's the next track, which is good because this track isn't that full of bumps. It's one of the Well, I always wondered if they had ever, when they were making the sequel to Sega GT 2002 on the Xbox, a lot of times I always wondered if they ever considered adding the original tracks to the 2002, or if they decided just to have a new clean slate. It's kind of a shame because it would have been nice to see these old tracks in the in 2002 to see how much better they would have been with the new physics, because that game's handling physics far, 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 far better than this. Cars don't feel like hell to drive them when you put a lot of power into them and they start going on bumpy surfaces and whatnot. It's way better in that game. Not the prettiest of runs, but still 52.7, way faster than the fastest lap required here, or the fastest lap mentioned here. See, we're starting in first by just over 6 seconds on the CL. So easy peasy, lemon squeezy. And here we go. Time for the penultimate race of this cup. I'm just adjusting my position a bit where I'm sitting, just to make things a bit easier for myself. I'm hearing them bumping over there, but you know. Oh man. A lot of you sometimes would wonder if what the inspiration for a lot of the tracks in game were based off of. They had to be based off of like other games. Like I always suspected Sega GT's biggest inspiration was especially because it seemed like it was the main intention was to be the Dreamcast's answer to Gran Turismo. But so sometimes I wonder if many of the tracks were basically meant to kind of be similar to that, or if it was just something else. Alright, we're at 52.4. It's interesting, my 52.7 was not showed as the fastest lap. I guess maybe it wasn't quite. It doesn't quite show that then. I thought it did because of the last one, but whatever. Alright. Just ease up a little bit. But yeah, I like this track a lot because even though the car still acts like it's going over some bumps and whatnot, it's a lot more restrained compared to some of the other tracks, so it's a lot easier to manage and deal with. And some of the open area of this track, like especially this section here where you have so much open room, it just makes things feel a lot more relaxing as a result. 47.5, nice. It is kind of neat though that we have so many of these tracks in a row that are quite rather short. It's really only the first and last tracks that are like the longer than 1 minute per lap tracks of this whole cup. The thing I've noticed about this game, a lot of the tracks are fairly short in this game. I'm even trying to think about all the tracks in my head now. I think it's really only the night section tracks that are almost impossible, that are almost next to impossible to get even under 1 minute. I think the rest of them can probably be done in under a minute. Now that I'm thinking about it, interesting. It is interesting indeed. But yeah, there we go. We just got one more to go, and then we're home free. So it gets that 20,000, please. $4,000 chain bonus, and we're up to 2.8 million now. Hell yes! As it's time now for the last race, but with some qualifying first, of night section B. We started with night section A, and we're finishing off with night section B. My personal favorite of the two night sections. Because it's got less stupid. Because even though it still has its moments, it's got less stupid sections, I'd say. Alright. Ease it a bit. Oh, wow. That was probably as close as I can get to that apex there. It's a good thing this is the last race, too, because I really have to pee after this. I know that might be a bit too much information, but you know, I don't think these things. Okay. must say, this is actually going fairly well. There we go. And just coming around here. Simple, 105.5. I think that might be the fastest I've ever gone around this track. I'm gonna have it a guess. And yeah, wasn't even close about it. Over 8 seconds starting in front. So we just wiped the field. All right, time for the actual race now. Time to wrap this cup up. Now let's see. The fastest lap mentioned is a 1:10.1. Now as you saw, I already did a 1:05 during qualifying. So so long as I have another like clean lap here, that wasn't too clean. I should be able to beat the fastest lap on the first lap. Okay, it's fine. Just don't worry. Don't worry, car. It's gonna be okay. Oh my. I might have chosen my angle right there. Oh god. It's fine, car. You're gonna be fine. Just don't kill me, please. I need to live. I need to get this game. I want to get this game done. I did admittedly take more chances during that, so yeah, 103.7. Just absolutely killed it. Oh god. Not the best entry, but I would say that's still a better go at that corner than lap 1. Alright. Now, yeah, we're getting so far ahead now that it shouldn't really matter if I make any massive hopefully any notable mistakes. Not that I would want it to be. Yeah, not the line not the fastest line for doing that, but whatever. I think if you really nailed all these corners, you could actually probably get a sub 1 minute on this track. In fact, I'm coming very close to doing it. Oh, man. That's a titty twister. So close to a sub 1 minute lap on Night Section B. That would have made it every track but Night Section A. And honestly, Night Section A, I think I think that one is just a little bit too out of reach, honestly. I think the problem with that one is just it's the section of tracks, the bumpiness, and just how everything is laid out. I think with that one, it's just a little bit too out of reach. I could be completely wrong, but I really don't think anyone's ever done a sub 1 minute on Night Section A. So, you know. But if someone has, feel free to let me know and let me know what car you used. But yeah, this is gonna be it. I think this is gonna be that sub 1 minute lap. Oh, dude, it was almost sub 58 even. Holy shit, a 58.1 on Night Section B. I don't think I've ever gone this fast around this track for one lap. That was amazing, amazingly good. I'm really proud of that. So there we go, $20,000 and a $5,000 chain bonus for the first time, and might even be the only time. And there we go, 2.9 million, and we come home with 54 points, so basically a perfect run. 32 points for one of the Fair Ladies, 24 for the other, 22 points for the NSX, 12 points for the CL600, and a lowly 6 for the other Skyline. Poor thing. So there we go. We get ourselves a cool $80,000, very close on 3 million now. We'll be over 3 million once I have to go through this for a second time to get the other car to show that off before part 36. And our car is a Chaser, a Toyota Chaser, in fact. Actually, I'm surprised. I thought it would have been the other way around because, I guess the guide I was reading got it the opposite way around, I'm thinking. Because it was showing me the other car that you would have got for winning it all, but I ended up winning it all and getting the Chaser, so I think they must have misplaced the, they must have misgotten the information wrong, but that's still really cool, though. A Chaser it is specifically a TRD Chaser Tour V Turbo TRD Sports. It's a fucking mouthful to say, but yeah, it's still a really neat car to win. So yeah, like I said, I'm gonna have to do it again off screen to show the other prize car. So I'm going to go ahead and take care of that before I get Part 36 on the road. So stay tuned for that, where we'll be tackling the special race for the SA class. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this, make sure to hit that like button and hit the subscribe button if you want to see more content similar to this one. You can also come and see me over on Twitter, on Twitch, support my channel on Patreon, or join my Discord. It's all below in the description. I'll see you on the next one.